Hello and welcome to the Arsenal Waffle. If anyone decides to listen to this, um, looking back at last night, it's strange really. Um, Personally, I don't think Ben White should have been dropped for Tomiyasu. I suggested that I think Ben White would have been better as the right back, and then if we had to swap to a five at the back with Tomiyasu coming on, if things were going reasonably well. And on top of that, obviously, we lost Thomas Partey before the game. Hearing muscular injury, either way, he will always be a big loss. I think he's the most important player in the starting 11 most weeks. Obviously, he doesn't bang in the goals and he's not always there clearing off the line, but the way that he can control a game. And obviously, it's like when we played Manchester United and they didn't have Casemiro. A lot of similarities there. You lose your big player in the middle of the park, and it does make a huge difference for the game. And then obviously looking at the game, I thought the first 10 minutes we were finding our feet a little bit, but once we did, I felt that we were probably the better team in the first half. Their first goal came from an error from Tomiyasu, obviously. And obviously the togetherness at the club kind of rallied around him. We didn't drop our heads, and we earned a penalty. And to be honest, I think we could have got more as well. When we played it from right to left and then back again, and Saka, didn't dither, but he just couldn't get the right moment to pull the trigger. And I think we won a corner after that. But first half, resorting them to time wasting. And Ederson getting booked after, was it half an hour? The fact that they could sense how good we were to suck all the air out of the game as much as possible, it's a massive compliment. And obviously Saka's penalty. I mean, you want to play mind games with someone with that mental strength to come back from what he's come back from over the past 2 years. From the England miss, obviously, and then now he's unstoppable. He's the Matt Le Tissier from the penalty spot now. But first half, fantastic. But other than the gifted goal, which wasn't exactly Pires against Schmeichel, was it? But either way, you're going with your head up. You go in knowing that Bernardo Silva probably should have got more than a yellow in some cases, but when he finally did, Saka was able to do a bit more. You've got Jorginho. For me, I thought he filled in the gap left by Thomas Partey very well. I thought he did do well. But you go in at 1-1, and I'll be honest, I would have taken 1-1. And then the second half gets a bit bitty. Not much free-flowing football from either. City looking the better, really. And what does me is that it hits the 70th minute and we're still trying to play out from the back like that in our own 18-yard box. I just don't understand where the game management is, where you go 20 minutes left. Yeah, shut up shop. Maybe bring on Ben White, like I said, and then you tighten it up and put 5 at the back. But, it's been done now. They grabbed the opportunity when Jack Grealish got it. Haaland kills the game off, although personally, you do wonder, should he have got a red card for the elbow on Gabriel? People probably think I'm being a bit over the top, but when you look at the replays, he doesn't look at the ball originally. He looks at Gabriel and then plants an elbow into his cheekbone. But that's done now, and we have to move on to Saturday. To go toe-to-toe with this City team is a massive achievement, really, from we did last season, obviously, and when you're hearing Gael Clichy saying, if you send Ederson off for a second yellow, it kills the game. But I would like to know what his thoughts were. What was it, 13 months ago when Gabriel got sent off for 2 yellow cards, when that actually did kill the game. But again, we can talk about that, and it's no point because it isn't going to change anything. Spirited performance, brilliant crowd, and the Emirates is now rocking when it comes to certain games, especially. We do put the pressure on the opposition now because it's a lot more positive. And it's not just because I think a league position. I think there's a togetherness now. Although then again, if we were seventh, would it be different? I don't know, but moving ahead without saying too much, because I'm going to say something else again tomorrow morning. I think there should be a change in personnel. I think players need to be slightly rested. People need to be given a chance, and the weekend is a massive game, and because we start the weekend before anyone else, to get those 3 points before City go to Forest, you'd think that hopefully that will do something psychologically. But then again, you'd like to think it will be a comfortable win for City. If there's any more to say, please comment or get in touch with me on social media at Arsenal Waffle. And again, I'll be back tomorrow talking about Villa, going to the Villa game. And onwards and upwards really. But I'd rather a point than a loss, of course. And I think that's what we should have got minimum really. But yeah, moving on.